Hello and welcome to another episode of Return to the Opera Dinn. Today we're gonna take a look at the next chapter after we finished the escape in the last chapter. Starts with this leg.
On your toes.
Go back there!
Here.
Captain!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats! The whole crew will be on us!
Give it up!
Who is this? How did they die? Well, we just saw he was shot with a gun. In this scene, you are unable to really identify anyone. However, it does help you identify two people in the future. First off, this man has a tattoo. He is the only man with such a tattoo. So we have to look out for any information on it. And this man right here, he has a bag and a pipe, not a bagpipe. So we will be in need of looking out for that bagpipe man in the future. As you can see here, there's a corpse hanging. So let's check this out. So, here we are.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
将人，一帮藏交代起。
Quiet!
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line.
立正，光天立正。
Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire!
Who is this? How did they die? Well, we already see who it is simply by us, as he is getting shot by firing line as stated by the captain. So we have to now look for Hock Sang Lao, who is a passenger. Hock Sang Lao. Now he was shot, and this is something many people in their first try get wrong, because the captain says Mr. Wolf, which is this man, we can now identify as the gunner, who is Christian Wolf, who is from Austria. Anyways, what many people first assume is that it's him, because he gives the command to fire, and they think the captain because he told him to do it. However, what you actually have to do is look at the bullet lines. This man doesn't hit the shot, this man doesn't hit the shot, this man doesn't hit the shot, and this man hits, who just so happens to be our dearest seaman Henry Brennan. Thusly, he wasn't shot by an unknown attacker, he wasn't shot by Wolf, and he wasn't shot by the captain. He was shot by our dearest Henry Brennan, who is the most appearing character in this entire game. Now, this whole scene is like stepping into a picture, as you can quite literally see Spratt painting it. You can also assume a few things. First off, one of these two men has to be a cook, simply because they stand with the animal, and this man in particular is holding a fork, which back then was something cooks used, and he's also showing a lot of hygiene. Now, another thing, this man looks like that guy from ForgottenWeapons.com. And that is, another important thing are the shoes. It's how you identify these men and a few other men. But that is all for this scene. Other than the fact that, well, you can see different relations between people. So, let's go. A body right here.
Hello? Who is there? Who is that? Is someone hurt? Signore Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here?
Oh, hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things.
Watch your step. Here, let me help you.
Who is this? How did they die? Well, he was stabbed. Thusly, knifed. And who he was stabbed by, we can know thanks to this, Senior Nichols. Now, there's only one other man who is not laying on the floor, so it must be Senior Nichols. When you look through it, the only Nichols you can find is Edward Nichols, the second mate. And thanks to the previous transcript, we know that this man must be Nunzio Pasqua from Italy. This allows us to identify this man as, not that man, this man, as Edward Nichols. And we get a bit of confirmation thanks to the fact that he is in fact wearing officer's uniform. Also, the shell. This basically lets us paint a picture. Edward Nichols must have stabbed Mr. Pasqua after Pasqua wandered in on Nichols trying to grab this thing. As we see him trying to leave the ship with the box. He knocked him out and because he was the only man there with a dead Pasqua, thusly they thought that he must have stabbed Pasqua, while in truth it was Nichols. So, that was already the murder chapter. Something you'll notice is that even though in this scene we saw a bunch of people leave the ship, there is no disappearances. Thusly, we can assume that they will be appearing sometime again. Well, that was all. See you in the next episode. As this was one of the shorter chapters. Don't worry, there'll be longer ones. Well, one longer one and a bunch of shorter ones. Have a good day.